What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. First off, if you're watching this as this goes up, then happy Valentine's Day, whatever you are doing. If you are like me and you've got the food in and you're having more of a galentine's than a Valentine's, then I'm so excited to film this video for you guys. I haven't filmed one of these in ages, and what better way to spend Valentine's / galentine's than, I don't know, just talking about things that I know we love to talk about, like sex and girl talk problems and relationship advice and bedroom advice, or any type of advice that, you know, that you love to talk about with your friends. I feel like this is what I wanted the vibe of this video to be. Have I got the food in? Yes, I have. So many of my friends like never want to order this, but like I got myself a pizza, you know, like obviously they want pizza, but I love Pizza Express pizza so much. I think it's just quite a nostalgic thing for me. I got myself an Americano. Yum. And I also got myself a little side of mozzarella garlic bread, which I'm so hungry. I'm gonna have a little bit now. Wanted to treat myself, and what better way to spend Valentine's than having a little bit of food and just feeling like you're just chatting amongst your friends. I also always cut up cucumber to have with pizza. I don't know if anyone else does that, but I can't have pizza without cucumber, like just as like a little side dish. Anyway, I hope you guys have got your food ready and we're just gonna sit, have a chat. I'm just gonna go through your questions that I asked you guys to send me in on Instagram. Nothing is off limits. I had so many questions from you guys, and that is something that I really want to normalize, and why I love doing these videos, because I know that sometimes people don't have an outlet to ask these kind of questions, and these questions are so normal to think, to ask, to wonder, to want to know. You're not going to be the only person on the planet thinking this. I mean, I don't know what I'm specifically thinking of, but with most questions about sex and girl intimate things, we've all thought them, we all want to know the answers, so I'm going to go through some of yours. I'm going to go through as many as I can. A lot of them are very similar, which is obviously a positive, but yeah, I'm going to try and go through as many as possible while eating a bit of grub with you guys. Again, happy Valentine's Day if you're watching this on Valentine's, and let's just jump straight into it. Okay then, I am sorry, I'm so hungry. I need a slice of this right now. Please tell me you guys feel the same way about Pizza Express pizzas. Like, I've not had a pizza in so long, and there's just something about Pizza Express ones. Number one, I can always finish one because they're actually not that big. You can get the bigger, thinner ones, but I quite like the original crust. And I don't always feel so bad after eating. They're not like greasy or anything like that. They're just delicious and so yummy. Okay, the first question is, do you have any sex toys? And can you recommend any good ones, good places to buy from? Well, I am 24, and I feel like it is very common for girls my age to have sex toys, so yes, I do recommend any good ones. Well, I think you need to be a little bit more in tune with your body, and again, that's kind of where like female masturbation comes into play, because you want to know what it is that you enjoy, whether if it's like external pleasure or you get off more of like internal pleasure, if that makes sense, like with something being inside of you, or if you prefer stimulation on the outside, that kind of thing. Anything that vibrates, I feel, is a good, especially from an external point of view. In terms of good places to buy from, I feel like there's brands like Adam and Eve, there's brands like Ann Summers, Beauty Bay now actually sell sexual wellness products, and sex toys are part of them. Where else can you get them from? Yeah, and the good thing is, a lot of those brands and places, they send things to you in discreet packaging. They really just try and encourage you to explore them and to buy them, and they don't want anything to put you off, because it is totally normal, totally fine. Sex toys are great, obviously, for self-pleasure, to spice up your relationship, and just kind of get in tune with your own body. So and if the thought of you living at home and your parents still live there and you don't want them to see the package that you've got, so many of those brands sell things in discreet, unbranded, unmarked packaging that would give away what you've ordered. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but Lello is meant to be a really great brand. They're a little bit more like higher end sex toys, but I've heard they are amazing. There's one that I've been seeing people talk about a lot recently. It moves like up like this, I think. Apparently it's insane, so if you want to go check them out, I'm sure there's a discount code flying around. But yeah, Ann Summers, I know, like I said, Beauty Bay, So if you're worried about people knowing that you've ordered something, if you order it from Beauty Bay, people are just gonna think you've ordered makeup, when actually you've ordered something way better than that. But yeah, I prefer things that like vibrate, and you can change the vibration settings, and you can really have some fun with it, you know? So they're just my suggestions and the kind of things that I like, but it's totally a personal preference. I was actually so surprised about this, not in a sense of like, oh my God, I'm so shocked, but just like, I don't know, just like how many of you guys messaged me to say like, should you be embarrassed if it's your first time? Like advice on being a 21-year-old virgin and stuff like that. I am just so like, I don't know, taken aback. I feel like that is such an amazing thing to have these days. I feel like back in the day, it was deemed as cool to lose your virginity when you were really young. So the fact that you still have that, I think is so special. Nothing to be embarrassed about whatsoever, no matter what age you are. But yeah, I had a few people saying like advice on being a virgin. I hate it, I don't know what to do. Advice on like, should you be embarrassed if it's your first time? Absolutely not. And all I can say is, obviously it depends on your outlook on sex, because I know for some people sex, even if you haven't had it yet, your outlook on it is very casual and very just like, not a big deal, you just haven't had it yet. And if you do have it, it's not a big deal to you to lose your virginity. Whereas for some people, I know it's a huge deal, something that, you know, you wanna make sure it's special and it's the right time. And either way, that's your choice and it's absolutely fine. There's no right or wrong way to feel about your virginity, like if that makes sense. You should absolutely not be embarrassed that you're still a virgin. I think that's very special and quite rare. Even like, and the older that you get, like I said, it depends on your outlook on it. If it's your first time and you're feeling embarrassed and nervous about it, I feel like it will be also dependent on who you're with. If they know it's your first time and they're a good person, you would hope that they would be completely understanding. And if they are experienced, they know things can be awkward the first time. Things go wrong during sex all the time. Someone's fallen off the bed. Sometimes it doesn't fit, so you're gonna have to do something. Like, just these things happen and they're so normal, and we need to normalize, like, not pornographic sex that looks insane. It's just so fluid and works. Like, every single time we need to normalize, like, not good sex, if that makes sense, because sex isn't, you know, orgasming 7 times within 5 minutes and it's just, oh my God, it's amazing right off the bat. Like, there's so many things that come into play that, to be fair, I can now see why, if you haven't had sex, it looks quite scary when I say it like that, but it's not. And especially if it's with someone that you're comfortable with. Doesn't have to be a relationship or anything like that. I'm not gonna, like, obviously that's the ideal situation, that it's with someone that you really, really care about, and therefore, if anything was to go wrong, they'd be really understanding. I just think the important factor is just to be someone who you're comfortable with, because the more you can relax, the better it will be. I feel like if you're feeling so uptight about it, and one of the factors is that you don't really know this person and you don't really like know what's going on, and oh my God, are they gonna care if I do this? And because you're not that comfortable with them, that's gonna make you clench up, like, and literally, like, even on the inside, not just in your head and really overthinking it, on the inside you're not gonna be relaxed, and people can tell, and you just won't enjoy it as much. So my advice to anyone that's not had sex yet or is feeling embarrassed about not having sex, like I said, absolutely nothing to be embarrassed about. And when you do have sex, just make sure, like, 1, you are ready, 2, it is someone that you're comfortable with, and 3, just don't put so much pressure on the situation, because like I said, things go wrong. That kind of happens, do you know what I mean? It's not what you might see in porn all of the time. Like, it's not like that, and you have to remember that's so staged. They probably have to cut, you know, 7 times throughout it because these things go wrong and they want it to seem perfect, but it's not, okay? So don't put so much pressure on the situation, and just enjoy it, enjoy yourself. And at this moment, enjoy being a virgin. I feel like I said, these days that's so rare and something that you should be proud of, nothing to be embarrassed about. Sorry, it just took a little pizza break. I was conscious of the fact that I was talking and my pizza was probably getting cold. Hang on. But even when it's slightly cold, Pizza Express pizza still slaps, yo. Okay, someone said, TMI, but swear I have a phobia of swallowing. Oh, really glad I've got my nice tub of garlic butter there and my mayonnaise there. Really glad this topic's come up. But she said, TMI, but I swear I have a phobia of swallowing. I don't know if it's taste, texture. How do I get over it? Okay, so the pressure and the stigma that you have to swallow, otherwise they're gonna think you're a pussy, or like they're gonna think, you know, that you're not good, and like, I don't know. The stigma around that you have to swallow because the other only option is to spit and that's gonna look unattractive. Stop right there. If you have a phobia of doing it, don't do it, because they'll sense it, because you'll be coming up to when they're about to finish and you'll probably be like, I don't know, because you know it's about to come. Pardon the pun, but we're being quite literal here. You know it's about to happen, so you'll probably start being weird about it, do you know what I mean? Because you don't want it to happen and you're dreading it and stuff, and you want to make it an enjoyable experience. That's why you're doing it. I would hope that you're doing it to pleasure your partner. So you want them to enjoy it, and if they think that this is something that you really hate, and they're just gonna they'll feel quite insecure about it, but even though you're even saying that it's a you thing, that you just, I don't know, you just don't like it. It's nothing to do with them, you just don't like it. Do something else. Make it, but still make it sexy if you want, if that's what you're worried about. Like you wanna do the job, but you just don't like the ending, then yeah, no one says that you have to take it in your mouth. Like, make it sexy. If you know that he's about to come, then why don't you just say like, do it on my chest. It depends what position you're in, but like, do it on my chest. I don't know. I personally go for the chest because, number one, I don't want anything on my face. Don't want anything getting my eye. I just don't want it. And then any sort of other place is, why are we looking at the ceiling? Any other place on your body, like your back or stomach or whatever, if all you're doing is giving head, then that's quite like a difficult position to suddenly like get in just for him to finish, and you probably won't be able to wait that long. Like, it just kind of needs to be quick. But if you feel like it's getting to the end and you don't want to feel like you have to swallow it and you still want to make it like sexy and stuff, I would personally say like, I would maybe speak and be like, are you about to finish? Like, do it on my, I want you to finish on my chest. Like, make it seem like this is like your idea that you think is really sexy and that you want that. So therefore he's like, oh, okay, like she knows what she wants, she knows what she's doing, but really it's because you hate the taste and you just don't want it in your mouth, but just, yeah. And you see what I'm saying? Like, try and make it work for you in a way that's not gonna insult anyone or insult him, and you know, you're still having a good time, and then that's so much easier to just like, whoop, ow. That's so much easier to just like clean and get off. It's not in your face, no one's upset. I hope that's good advice. That's what I would do personally. I really didn't want it in my mouth and I didn't want to make like a big deal about it or anything. Yeah, I'd probably just suggest to do it somewhere else. Or if it's something that you feel like you need to talk about with your partner, then obviously talk about it. But if you don't want to talk about it, that is what I would suggest. So many questions about being single, and am I enjoying being single? Do I like being single? How to enjoy being single? This is the thing. Normally, I love being single. I thrive being single. I'm a very independent person. I think it's because of my job. I just love my own space, love my own company, and love the freedom and control that you get from being single. However, during a panini press, during a Panasonic, during a Pamela Anderson, during a pandemic, being single is shite. Shite. It's literally shite. Because it gets you thinking and you get bored and you can't go out and date and you can't meet new people. Can't really have people around because one, that's against the rules, and two, you just want to keep yourself safe because you don't want to be like, have you had a COVID test recently? Like, do you know what I mean? That's just not date talk. But yeah, it's pretty shit. And so you want to talk to people, but then new people, it's like, well, we're not really gonna get like the full first dating experience, so it's a bit shit. I mean, I know some people have made it work, but I think one of my love languages is like physical touch. So to just do it all virtually is a bit, I'm bored within 2 seconds and I need to like acknowledge that and admit that, because I don't want to be hurting anyone's feelings. I don't want to be leading anyone on. I don't like just randomly ghosting people. Like, I don't know, that's just not really my thing. So right now I'm not really enjoying being single, but I'm trying to remember that this summer I want to go crazy, like if we can, obviously, but like, so I personally want to stay single until maybe like next year. If something comes my way, then it comes my way. I'm kidding, but you know what I mean? I'm not actively searching for a relationship because I know this summer I want to go and be wild, and I don't want anything to hold, not that being in a relationship holds you back, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want a crazy summer. I don't need to justify myself. But yeah, up until then, it is a bit lonely, especially in the colder months. You just want someone to snuggle on the sofa with, yada yada. But yeah, I don't know. But then this is why it's a great time, if we're all staying at home, to be playing at home, as Father Cooper would say with her Adam and Eve sponsorship. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the Call Her Daddy podcast. They're sponsored by Adam and Eve, which at the beginning of this video I said was a great place to get sex toys from. Good time to be playing at home if you're single and there's nothing else to do. But yeah, so, and then people asking for like advice on being single. I'm really sorry, but I can't really give any advice. If you're really hating it, all I can suggest is like going on dating apps and stuff, because that's the only sort of way right now to go out and, well, it's not even going out, but to like find new people. But then again, you can't really link up. But if you're actually okay with just the whole virtual side of things and you're a patient person and, you know, you don't need to meet them like at first to really be able to like gauge if it's worth it type thing, which is obviously something that I said is quite necessary for me, then yeah, I'd suggest dating apps. But just learn to have fun with yourself and focus on yourself. Yeah, I can't really advise much else on that, but to answer the question if I'm enjoying like being single, not really right now. But it is what it is. We move, and I know that it's for the right reasons that I'm single, so it's calm. Okay, I really like this question because I feel like if you have bigger boobs, you can relate to this. This girl said, I have a big chest and I feel when doing the deed, I'm insecure about them being cow udders. Okay, I know that's like a really like graphic term in the sense of like a really visual representation. But like, if you have big boobs, you know what she's saying. Like, I can totally relate, because if you're hanging like this, you just don't, you know, it's just, it doesn't feel cute. But then that again adds to the stigma that you have to take your bra off when you're having sex. You don't have to do that. Especially if you have like bigger boobs. I feel like, just for like support reasons, I like to keep my bra on sometimes. Like, it really depends who I'm with, but yeah, a lot of the time I would personally prefer to keep my bra on just because it's just more comfortable that way. Not even because of like sagging or anything like that. It's just for like, it generally is for support and like, I don't know, like, and if I have a cute bra on that lifts my chest and makes it look so cute, like why would I want to take that off? Just because people like, there's the stigma that you have to be fully naked when you're having sex. No, if that is what's putting you off and it's making you feel insecure and therefore you're not going to be able to relax and you're just going to be thinking about it while you're having sex, buy yourself the cutest bra, or ask him to buy you a set. Just be like, you know what, I would prefer, like, if it's with a boyfriend or something and you know, you don't know how to bring it up, just to be like, look, like, I get that maybe you like my boobs and whatever, but I just feel a little bit insecure when I take my bra off type thing. Tell him to go online and find you like a bra that he thinks is like the sexiest thing ever. Yeah, just, there's ways to have like fun with it. Like, if you get like a super cute sexy set, like, you know, don't let that go to waste. And if it's gonna hold the girls in place and make you feel more confident and comfortable, keep that shit on. It doesn't, like, I feel like boys just think that they have to take your bra off and that's just part of the routine of sex. It doesn't have to be. Have it on your terms. Get yourself a cute set. Make it known that you want to keep it on because it makes you feel sexy and confident. And yeah, to keep the girls in place and supportive. My favorite places to get like sexy, supportive underwear, obviously Lounge, and Summers do go up huge cup sizes, and the sets are so cute, so sexy. There's a brand called Pour Moi as well. They do really cute underwear sets. Savage X Fenty do really cute like underwear sets and outfits. Again, same with like Ann Summers. If you want like a cute sexy outfit, it doesn't just have to be a bra, but like an outfit that's got a bra that holds the girls in place, you know. But I totally totally relate to you on that, and it being a feeling, and I'm sure so many girls feel exactly the same way if they have a bigger chest. So that would be something that I would do, is just do whatever you need to do to feel confident, and if that's to keep it on and something cute and sexy, then do that. There's no rules to sex. You do it on your terms, and you do what you need to do to feel confident, sexy, and have the best time possible. Okay, I got so many people asking about shaving, waxing, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm gonna raise my hand and say I have never had a wax, but I really want to. I think, and I've heard people talk about it so much, and I think I just want to know like the best places to go. So I'm a waxing virgin at this point, so I can't really give advice on that. Anyone down below that knows either at-home recipes for waxing, and I say recipes because I know you can make your own wax, or they use specific waxing brands or strips, help us out in the comment section down below, or places to go, like if you know amazing salons. Obviously I know that's not really going to be helpful at the moment because they won't be open, but fingers crossed they will be soon, so we can all take notes and know to go in the future. But yeah, I've never personally waxed, but I've heard it's amazing, especially if you've got hair that grows really quickly. It's a great way to kind of really get like all of the hair out and stay like clean shaven for like a longer time. And obviously if someone else is doing it for you, I know that seems like the most nerve-wracking thing, but they can get into places that like we might not be able to get into ourselves, and it's just going to be all around a smoother experience. Like that's what I tell myself, and that's why like I really want to go and get a wax done. And you have to remember that these people that do the waxing are professionals. They've probably seen every shape, every type, every size, every kind of vagina you can think of. I'll tell you a fun fact. I used to be a bra fitter at Debenhams, and so many women would come in. We don't say that you have to take off your bra to be measured, but so many women do just come in, normally a lot older women, because they don't care. When the older you get, the more you don't care about these kind of things. I have seen like every type of boobs under the sun. Ones that are largely different size, ones that are really, really saggy, ones that are like so firm and hard, like fresh off the surgeon's table, girls with huge nipples, girls with tiny nipples, girls with nipples that I can't really even see because they're so light in color, women with nipples as dark as my leggings, you know what I mean? And therefore, like, whenever like my friends or like anyone talks to me about boobs or anything like that, or even when I look at like my own boobs, I don't care, nothing phases me, because I've literally seen every boob under the sun, because that was literally what my job was for like a year of my life. And that's what you have to remember when people are, not that I was a professional, but when they work in a field like that, you have to remember you won't be the only person that they see that day. They've probably got people booked in, like 5 other girls booked in. Everyone's body parts are different. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. If that is what is holding you back, it's the thought of lying on a table like with your vagina out in front of a complete stranger, that person is a professional. They have seen every kind of vagina under the sun. Just relax. Obviously it's going to be awkward and funny and like, oh, like you've never done this before, but then it's over and you've got a beautifully smooth vagina afterwards, so it will be worth it. Sorry, I've gone on a tangent. Can you tell I'm excited that I really want to get a wax done? So if anyone knows any amazing places to get like a beautiful wax in Manchester, then let me know for future reference. But shaving tips, it's a bit of a hard one because there's certain things that people do and there's always gonna be someone in the comments being like, oh my God, you shouldn't do that, like blah, blah, blah. So can we just try and not have those kind of comments? Like if this works for me, then like it works for me and it's fine. Personally, number one, I don't apply any like shaving product, whether that's a shaving cream or anything like that. Obviously I don't apply that to like the inside. Everything that I use is obviously just external because I don't want to upset the pH with any like perfumed products or, you know, any sort of like harsh ingredients or anything like that. I actually find using like conditioner, a little bit of conditioner and like leaving it on there just for a bit, just like you would in the hair on your head, just to kind of like soften the hairs. Men's razors are meant to be supposedly a lot better because they're used to dealing with like thick beards and stuff like that. So it's a much more like a cleaner cut and a cleaner shave. if you get razor bumps and like itchiness and redness like after you shave, I saw this product on TikTok. Oh my God, I can't remember the name of it, but it's meant for men to put on their face. Like it's like a post-shave balm type vibe, but it was a liquid. And if ever I get any of those like red dots or like red bumps or anything like that, like the day or so after that you shave, I pat like a little bit of that on and they're gone. It's amazing. And I'm gonna get comments now being like, Rachel, what's the product? I'll search my Amazon history and try and find it for you. So look in the comments and hopefully I will have found the product and I will leave it in the comment section for you guys. But yeah, I got a lot of questions about shaving. So I hope that helps. Like I said, bit of conditioner, men's razor. You don't need to like go too crazy about it. And I can't give any advice about the waxing because I've never had one. But I want one. I really, really want one. I'm trying to find questions that I've not answered before. If you guys sent me in questions about like body confidence and trying to be confident in the bedroom and stuff, I've 100% answered those questions before in similar videos to this. So have a scroll back on my video history if you really want like that sort of answer to a question, because I got a ton of that. Again, about spicing up your sex life, I've answered that question before in a video, so just have a search in my previous kind of girl talk videos. Someone said, why is girls' masturbation such a taboo topic? And I literally don't know, because for men to just mention the fact that you've had a wank is just so like casual and no one obviously cares. But for a girl to say like, oh yeah, like I gave myself an orgasm earlier, it would be like, what? Like, oh my God, did you just say that? And it really needs to be normalized. And I feel like the older you get, the kind of more it is normalized. And I really don't know why we are made to feel like that's embarrassing. I genuinely don't know. Like, where has that come from? Why is that a thing? Why can't girls openly, well, why are girls made to feel like it's embarrassing? Like, do you know what I think it is? I think it's genuinely to do with male and female anatomy and the fact that a male's penis is obviously like an external part of their body. It's pretty easy for a guy to pleasure himself, for someone to pleasure a guy. Like, you know, everyone always says like guys are so easy to turn on, and I think that's why it's so just like, oh, not a big deal. Like, do you know what I mean? Whereas a girl's anatomy is so intricate and special, and it's much harder for a girl. It's proven it's harder for girls to have an orgasm and to climax, especially from another person. So to be in tune with yourself and be so open about it, it's almost deemed more shocking. Like, I don't think it's anything to be like, it's definitely nothing to be embarrassed about, but that's why people are always like, oh my God, like, I can't believe you just said that type thing. But the fact that it's made to feel like a taboo topic and embarrassing is such a shame, because especially if it's really enforced on you, like, don't talk about it, like all of that, that can lead like mentally for people to just do like the weirdest things, because they don't know who to turn to ask questions, and they suppress that feeling, and then all they've got is just like going on the internet and watching and finding out and doing bizarre things and making it feel wrong and naughty and like wrong and bad, like it's a bad thing. And yeah, that can result in some serious mental problems like down the line. So that's why people need to be more open to be talking about sex, so people don't feel embarrassed and feel the need to suppress, and it can just be an open, fluid subject and just normalized. We need to normalize these things more for like mental health sake, for crying out loud. I think it's ridiculous. And I don't know what, like, but to answer your question, I don't know why. The only thing I can think of is like the anatomy side of things, but it's such a shame. Okay, this is my last bit of pizza, and I feel like a lot of the questions are stuff that I've already answered. So I'm gonna do one more, because one, nearly ran out of pizza, and two, I've definitely talked a lot in this video so far. Actually, we'll do a couple more. This girl said, have I ever had an experience with it not fitting in? Because she's had this twice and it's put her off trying again. I feel like I definitely have, when there's been like a lot to work with, if you catch my drift. But I feel like there's ways of working around it in the sense of, luckily I had some like lube in my bedside drawer. He kind of realized that there was a problem and maybe it might have been me not being aroused enough yet. So therefore, you know, luckily it was like a decent guy and he took the initiative to like work on me a little bit more and then we'll try again type thing. But so I've had it like a couple of times in that sense, but the fact that it's happened to you twice and it's put you off trying again is really upsetting. Like, don't let that put you off, because maybe they're genuinely just too big, and that's like nothing that should put you off. That's their problem. That's not your problem. Their penis doesn't have to fit inside every vagina, do you know what I mean? Every girl is different. I mean, it's nothing for you to be embarrassed about whatsoever. If you're thinking or you're personally realizing you're just not, you know, wet down there, invest in lube. I feel like lube is everyone's best friend. Who doesn't love lube? It's not embarrassing to have lube. It's great to have lube. You can get tingly lube, you can get flavored lube. Like, lube is fun, okay? And if it's gonna help ease things in, then definitely get it. Don't let that put you off. Sex is meant to be amazing and enjoyable, and something as silly as, you know, it just not fitting is nothing to put you off, because there's ways around it. Or again, invest in a sex toy dildo that you can use to help yourself and to help practice things going in like a bit more, to just kind of get your body used to the idea of something going inside of you. If you don't really do that a lot, you haven't done that before, and your body's just, not used to things going inside of you, like, practice yourself, lube yourself up, use a dildo to practice and get your body familiar with that kind of action. But yeah, don't let it put you off. Keep trying. There's ways to, like I said, there's ways to go around it, like the ones that I've just said. I'm gonna finish on this question because I feel like so many girls will be able to relate, and it's something that we all think about. This girl said, how do you stop being self-conscious about how your coochie looks? Porn is bad. Number one, you have to remember, every vagina is different, okay? The ones that you see in porn, although you say that, there is like, again, every kind of vagina on porn. Just because, and I don't know why the like idea of like the perfect coochie is like everything tucked away and cute and small and stuff like that. That is just so unrealistic. So like, get that out of your head. That is just so unrealistic. And if a boy is put off by the way your coochie looks, then they better have the best looking penis. The only reason that they would be allowed to do that is if they had the most perfect 24 karat gold looking penis, okay? Everyone's body and anatomy is different, and the person that you are with, I would hope, is mature enough to know that and acknowledge that and not compare you to the unrealistic standards that you see in porn, because you have no idea how much that person may have had work done to make their coochie look the way that it does. Do you know what I mean? Some people are just naturally blessed with the stereotypically nice looking vagina, but at the end of the day, a hole is a hole. And if your boyfriend or the person that you're with or your girlfriend is more focused on like the external just appearance rather than the physical act of what you're doing and being intimate and wanting to just like turn themselves on, turn you on, and like all they care about is what your vagina looks like, no, that's not even someone that you want to be in bed with, okay? That's first off. I also think, how much of the time when you're having sex are they actually looking at your vagina, like in the eye? Do you know what I mean? Yes, if they're going down on you, but you could always say to them like that you want to look them in the eye. Or sometimes it's nice to be blissfully unaware, and like if you don't want to look at them, you don't know where they're looking. So like, that's just, if you know that they're like, as long as you don't know what they're looking at and you're just like looking at the ceiling and stuff, like don't let it stress you out. Do you know what I mean? Just be blissfully unaware. They can be looking at anything as far as you're concerned, so whatever. But like I said, every girl's vagina is different, and yours is nothing to be embarrassed about. Embrace its uniqueness, whether, you know, you've got an innie or an outie or whatever it is that you're supposedly self-conscious about. It's hard because I can't just be like, stop being self-conscious of your vagina, because I'm like, it's obviously so much easier said than done. But just remember to yourself, number one, there's 100% girls out there that will have similar vaginas to you. You are not the only one yes, you are the only one with that vagina, but like, people obviously have similar looking vaginas, you know, so you're not gonna be the only one whose vagina looks the way that yours does, but obviously everyone's is different, if that makes sense. 2, you have no idea the vaginas that your partner has seen up until this point. Yours might be the nicest one. Like, don't be so down on yourself and think like, oh God, like it doesn't look like the like tiny, neat tucked ones that you see in porn, because some boys or girls or whatever, they might not even like that. You don't know what this person's into. This person might be into like a big meat sandwich, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't just assume just because you think it needs to look a certain way, because what is perfect to you is not perfect to someone else. You have to remember that. And I think that's all I can really say about it. What you take with that information, and I really hope you take that on board as a reason to like not be embarrassed about any part of your body whatsoever. Like, even though we're talking about coochies at this point, apply that to anything that you feel insecure about, because that is honestly the best advice I can give. And the sooner you like accept that and acknowledge that, the more relaxed, the more confident, the more sexy within yourself you will feel. And just learning to love yourself is such a hard journey sometimes for some people, but it's honestly the most rewarding. Right, the pizza, it's been gobbled, it's been demolished. Chef's kiss to Pizza Express, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love filming these kind of videos, and I know you guys love them too. And I think it's so important to normalize subjects like this, especially on Valentine's Day. I thought, what more of an appropriate video to feel like two friends are just sat down talking about sex, vaginas, masturbation, all of that kind of stuff that we know we love talking about it, and we need to normalize talking about it. It's fun to share, and I know you guys always go off in the comment section on videos like this and help each other out, which always makes me feel so blessed to have such amazing subscribers and supporters like you guys. You're always helping each other out in the comment section. But let's sound off in the comment section and discuss any of the things that have been discussed in this video. I would love to hear your thoughts and any other questions that you have. But yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video whenever you're watching it. If you are watching it as it goes live and on Valentine's Day, then happy Valentine's Day. If no one has said it yet, I am saying it from me to you. Or whenever you're watching this, I hope this video was helpful in some way. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.